guys, welcome back to Outside Sports, and we're back with another video. Today we got episode number 3. Today is you get the point. Number 3 of our NBA mock draft. Let's go over what's happened so far real quick. So we got Markelle Fultz with number 1, Lonzo number 2, Monk 3, Jackson 4, Fox 5, Tatum 6, Isaac 7, Smith 8, Natilika 9, Markkanen 10, and now we're going on to the Charlotte Hornets. As I'm recording this video, there has been a lot of speculation that the Sixers and the Celtics are in intense trade talks for the Sixers to move up. So I just wanted to go over that real quick before I started this video. That would be a fantastic trade for both of them. The Celtics can wait and get one of the top 3 players in the draft, which is Jackson, Ball, or Fultz. They're not forced to pick the best player available, just the one that falls to them. And they can potentially get Jimmy Butler if they decide not to go with a Jackson or Alonzo or a Fultz. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's get right into it. Our next team, none other than the Charlotte Hornets, the team that no one knows where they're going. And I think they're going to go with center slash power forward. From the University of Gonzaga, Zach Collins. Didn't have the best game in the national championship game, but he's an overall good player. I think he'll work fine there. He'll have time to develop because that team currently doesn't have any big future. So I think that's a perfect fit for them. So on to the Pistons, who I think are gonna try and draft a guard for sure because they're not sure if Kendall Pope will be back. So that's gonna be interesting to see. So I think they're gonna go with either Ferguson or Donovan Mitchell from the University of Louisville. So I'm just looking down, guys, so that you know. I'm just looking at my phone. I have my notes there, so just wanted to point that out. And I personally think they will go with Mitchell. Okay. Mitch. So not Adam Mitchell. It's Donovan Mitchell. Right there. From the University of Louisville. Donovan Mitchell. With the 12th pick, that's who the Pistons are taking. I think it's a good fit. He can play defense, he can play offense. And he's been rising up the draft for us lately. So that I think that's a good pick. Are you okay? So now the Denver Nuggets, another team that has a lot of potential, but they're missing that one piece, that one extra player, and I think I have that extra player for them. It is a little bit of a risk to draft this player, as he's coming off a serious injury, but I think he's one of the best players in this draft, and that is from the University of Indiana, small forward, OJ Anunoby. That's funny to pronounce. Small forward is going to be a big need for the Nuggets, especially if Gallinari decides to leave. I don't see anyone replacing him there. And I feel like Anunoby, if he's healthy, can do a fantastic job in that position, filling in for Gallinari and developing into that starting lineup, and really creating one of the best young starting lineups in the NBA. So I think that's a really good pick there for them. And now on to my Miami Heat, there's 2 ways that I see this going. Either we go with a power forward or we go with a small forward. Personally, my personal choice is that we go with the small forward. I'm not sure where we're going though. And I think we are going to go with the small forward, and that's junior from the University of North Carolina. That is Justin Jackson. He can shoot the 3 ball, which was one of the biggest issues with the Heat, and he can be the perfect 6th man, or Winslow can be that perfect 6th man, and keep Jones at the power forward. We will need a power forward, maybe in the offseason, maybe trade for one. but I feel like here we go with Justin Jackson and see how it goes after that. I feel like that's a good pickup for us, and yeah, I like that pick. I like that pick. So so now the other power forward, the guy who, if they don't go with just the Heat doesn't go with Justin Jackson, then this team will, and that's another Collins. But this one's John Collins from the University of Wake Forest. Big power forward. He is 6'10". He averaged 19 points last season as a sophomore for Wake Forest. We are not last good Wake Forest power forward was pretty good, probably one of the best power forwards of all time. His name was Tim Duncan. I don't know if he's gonna be that good, but I think he's a perfect fit for this Portland Trail Blazers team, who needs a lot of help besides point guard, shooting guard, and I think Nurkic will facilitate that center role perfectly for them. So I think they don't need any help there, but everywhere else they do, and that's why I'm picking John Collins for Portland. Now we go on to the Chicago Bulls, the Twins Chicago Bulls, uh, pick number 16. There's a lot of ways I see this going. I don't know how I see this going. I think they go center, try and replace uh older uh, Ruben Lopez. But it will be interesting to see what they do necessarily. I think they go with possibly the best player available at this point, and that's from the University of Texas, Jarrett Allen, the freshman from the University of Texas, 6'11", good size. I think he can be a very good fit, and especially you want to go with the best player available, especially if you start trading Jimmy Butler away, which I think will eventually happen. I feel like the Celtics want to trade down so that they can get more picks to eventually trade Jimmy Butler. Last thing I heard was there was a potential 3-team trade. I haven't seen those in a while, so yeah, that would be interesting to see. So on we go to the next team, and that is the good old Milwaukee Bucks. See, what do the Bucks do? That is the real question. Because this team is starting to look very good. They got Giannis running the point. They got Malcolm Brogdon, a small shooting guard. You put Middleton. You put Jabari Parker. And you got Thon Maker. So what I think they're going to go with is either another center to give competition to Thon Maker, or they go with a potential good shooter that could be their sixth man off the bench, and that's who I think they end up picking, and that's Luke Kennard from the University of Duke, who's been rising up the draft boards lately. So on to the next team, and that is the Indiana Pacers, who right now they just should draft best player available, especially if Paul George is leaving them at the end of the season. And that's why I think they're going to draft Harry Giles, even though he's injury prone and coming off that horrible injury. They have to remember that he was one of the biggest prospects coming out of high school. So that's why I think they go Harry Giles with the 18th overall pick. Now we're on to the final two picks of this episode, guys. And this is pick number 19, the Atlanta Hawks. There's two ways I see that Hawks drafting. Either they try and replace Paul Millsap after he leaves the team in free agency, or they draft best player available. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do, to be honest with you guys. So my notes, I have them picking Bam Adebayo, but I'm not sure that's the best player for them. Um, let's look at some other notes. I really think that there might be a better player out there for them. Guys, what do you think? Should be the best player, the guy who this Atlanta Hawks team. I'm kind of stumbled here, so let's see. I'm checking. I'm checking my notes here. Do this. Okay. If the Hawks go guard, they're taking Terrence Ferguson. If they go big man, they're taking Bama Adebayo. And if they're going to try and replace Millsap, I think they go TJ Leaf. Um, let's see. Personally, I think they end up picking Terrence Ferguson. I think he's a good fit, good shooter, and he will be a good matchup, and he will be able to develop, especially if Tim Hardaway Jr. leaves in free agency. So that's who I think they're going to pick. And now, number 20, we're back to the Portland Trailblazers again. And it's interesting now. They already picked John Collins, really good pick. Now, what do they do here? I'm pretty sure I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try and go twice and find that their new starting power forward and have a competition between two guys, two different styles of play. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's that man right there, TJ Leaf from UCLA. Can shoot the three ball. Needs to grow a little. Well, he doesn't need to grow. Just a little. Oh, he's 6'10". He's a big guy. Um, Forget about that thing about growing. I think they go TJ Leaf, get some competition, and see who's the better power forward in the end. That's one of their biggest need, a power forward. So John Collins and TJ Leaf, that'd be a fun training camp competition to see who starts. So that's who I think they pick. Um, so that's picks 1 through 20. Next episode we'll have 21 to 30. Um, any potential draft day nights pick trades I see, the Trailblazers might try and trade up to try and get someone with all those picks they have. And I see maybe an OKC Thunder moving up to try and get like a Luke Kennard or a Ferguson, some good shooters to pair up beside Russell. Even a TJ Leaf, I might see them jumping up to get. And yeah, we'll continue from 21 to 30 next episode. Make sure to leave a like, guys. Make sure to check out our Instagram Instagram page down below, and hope to see you soon, guys. Bye.